Hi everyone, welcome to the video. I'm going to talk about people who have comorbid borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder, and that's the last time I'm going to say the full names. People that have them together. NPD, BPD. It's not as rare as you might think. If you ask a professional therapist how many there are, they might say none, 1%. It's a lot more. I know it is. When you talk about statistics or numbers of people with personality disorders, you have to ask yourself, what do they go by? Are they going by clinical statistics? Whoever's in gets clinical help? Because we know how many do. Not many. Personality disorder literally is the mental illness where it's not me. I can't see. I don't know. And therefore they don't get help. And if they do, it's one time, 2 times, 3 sessions. Never diagnosed. I've been doing this for almost 10 years helping people. I've listened to hundreds of stories. And for their ex, who definitely has a personality disorder, to be diagnosed is rare. So 40% of people diagnosed with BPD also have NPD. That's huge. That's huge. It's a lot. And the reason a lot of you guys know people with this and the reason you're watching my video is because when it's combined, it's already bad enough. The traits and the behaviors that somebody has with a personality disorder in the cluster B is extremely exploitative, extremely abusive. But when you combine these two, it makes for a very unstable person. It's not just times 2, it's like times 10. Okay? And that's why you guys are watching my videos. These people become so bad, they affect people around them so much more, and so you're watching videos. Someone with BPD, that quiet BPD can function, may never abuse the other person enough to be traumatized enough to go look for answers on YouTube. People diagnosed with BPD, or don't have to be diagnosed, sorry, people that have borderline and narcissistic disorders, they aren't good with kids at all, period. They just aren't. They're not good with your kids or their kids. People with both of these often experience intense emotional dysregulation, unstable self and identity, impaired empathy. We already know that people with BPD are characterized by overwhelming emotions and fear of abandonment. And we know that people with NPD can be marked by a lack of emotional empathy and need for control. When combined, it creates a volatile emotional landscape where children who require patience and stability and unconditional care are perceived as threats to their fragile sense of self. Imagine a child being a threat to you and how you perceive yourself and where you are in the world. Crazy. That is as unstable as it can get. Yeah? Your kids, they don't like them. Okay? Narcissists naturally reject their own childhood. People with NPD had bad childhoods. They may not even be aware of it because the way the parents raised them wasn't total trauma and abuse, too hard for them to identify. They simply just internalized all of it. But it felt bad. There's different ways narcissists can be raised. All feel bad. Whether it is intense trauma and neglect and abuse, or it's just all psychological neglect. Their childhood feels awful, and they don't want to be the awful bad. They can't look at themselves. They can't accept things that happen to them, whether it was bad trauma, abuse, or failures and mistakes. So they classify their whole childhood as children are bad. Children suck. Not me. All children do. Children make them uncomfortable. They can't relate to them. They're out of touch with children. Even though they're so immature like a child, huh? Children are a nuisance. They're in the way. When it comes to dating, when a narcissist borderline dates someone with children, it's simply competition for your time, for your energy, for your attention. Step parents can start great, especially stepmothers with these disorders. But it won't take long. It's just like relationships. It's idealized love bombing to the children. They're going to play perfect house, right? And then it just all goes to shit fast. They can't take it. They start resenting the children and fighting for attention with them, as if they're a damn sibling. People with this disorder idealize a lot of things. They idealize relationships, they idealize all kinds of things, but they can idealize children, typically women with this disorder who are young and unstable. They will idealize childhood, having children. They are reliant, they are controlling, and they want you to marry them, and they want you to have children with them. And they believe this is the answer to everything. That's what idealization is. They're idealizing you because this is the perfect relationship. I can finally feel well now. I can finally go on life and feel complete, know who I am, I have a role, things like this for their identity. But I can't tell you enough how much these people will are controlling, and they will demand you marry them. They will get a chokehold on you for you to marry them and have children with them. Reasons they struggle with children. 4 different reasons I've listed here. Loss of control. Children demand attention and care, which challenges their need for dominance. Emotional dysregulation. Difficulty managing the stress and unpredictability of parenting. Can't handle it. Jealousy and competition. Will resent the attention children receive, feeling displaced or unimportant. A child. Projection of trauma. Real important here. These are cycles, patterns. We know this. Experiencing neglect and abuse in childhood may make them repeat patterns of neglect and trauma to other children. Oh yeah. The worst kinds. That. Now, fathers with BPD, NPD, or males with this disorder typically avoid the responsibility of childhood out of fear. They can't handle the responsibilities. They don't want it. They don't see the beauty in having children. And when children are born, the father typically will abandon the whole family. If they stay, they're extremely neglectful. They could be extremely emotionally distant. It could be total rejection altogether. But if they try to raise this child, it will be extremely controlling and authoritative. Easy way to deal with stress. And they can oscillate between intense love and rejection. Get very involved in their life all the time, almost enmeshment, and then just, I don't care. Get away from me. Can't stand you. They will see their reflection of the child's success and failures in their self. Reacting to a child's success, yes. To a child's failure, oh. The children can be mere extensions of their self, not having their own identity or autonomy. You will be successful, and I hate you because I hate myself. Now, females, potential mothers with BPD and NPD. Just the thought of having children can cause intense mood swings. They could be idealized. They could oscillate between idealizing them and resenting the demands placed on them. And they may not want children or idealize them. But enmeshment, using children to fill their needs. That's the 16-year-old who wants a baby. Doesn't care who the father is. Highly controlling and manipulative. Oh man, so much. Deep fears of abandonment to the point where they force children to prove their loyalty. Very overprotective and emotionally volatile. And I have to say this because mothers who have children that have BPD and NPD, birthing children typically causes postpartum depression, postpartum OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, the baby blues, puerperal psychosis, unrealistic expectations, and trauma and stress. Having children can traumatize them. They'll have rejection, feelings of rejection, could reject the children, massive mood swings, depression, detachment, detaching from life, roles, you, children, psychosis, trauma, obsessive fears, and paranoia. Children learn what a man and a woman is, what a husband and a wife is, what a father and a mother is from their parents. They learn what love is, marriage, values, beliefs from their parents. From their sick, toxic, narcissistic, borderline mother or father. So do you want to have children with them? They cannot meet the needs of the children because they cannot meet the needs of themselves, and they didn't ever meet the needs of you. They cause, in children, low self-esteem, low self-worth, and low self-respect. This is also extremely high and almost 100% that the children will form their own mental illness, things like CPTSD, anxiety disorders, depression disorders, addiction disorders, other personality disorders, commonly borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder, autoimmune diseases, ADD, ADHD, all that fun stuff, but one in particular that's high, infanticide. Plenty of cases you can go look them up. Please be careful who's around your children. Just a suggestion, I'm not telling you, but I recommend nobody new can meet your children for at least 6 months. Because that's about the time it could take for these behaviors and traits to surface in a relationship with you. Don't talk about them, don't tell them anything about them, don't introduce them, don't bring them to your house. Nothing. At least 6 months. Yeah? And please don't have children with people that have this mental illness. I mean, if you know they're diagnosed borderline, narcissistic, they don't take care of themselves, mean, abusive, neglectful, why would you have children with them? Oh, because the children is the cure? If you're going to do that, then now you're exploiting your children and damaging them. There's no reason to. Children will not help them get better. Children will help them get worse. Children won't make your marriage better. Children will make your marriage worse. Children won't make her stop abusing you. Children means two people abuse you. Probably. Ask me any questions. Share your own experiences. Appreciate your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Thank you. Ask questions. And I really appreciate if you share your own experiences. It means a lot to the people watching. Validation. Love yourself first, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.